Back here in River Forest, once again, I'm CJ Sutter. Glad you could join us here. Game 2 of our doubleheader as we get things underway. Cole Carmen on the hill for the Cougars here in Game 2. Johannes Hawkinson to lead off for the Falcons. Cougars 13-1 winners in Game 1 as the first pitch is fouled straight back, and we are underway. First pitch at 2:42 p.m. Game time temperature, Game 2, 56 degrees. Wind howling here in River Forest today. So CUC continuing to get the bats going offensively, putting up 13 runs in Game 1, hitting 3 homers as Cole Carmen's pitch misses outside, now 1-1. Cole Carmen for the Cougars has a 0.95 ERA and a 4-1 record on the season, making his 4th start of the year as the pitch is fouled straight back, now 1-2. But continuing on, Carmen, 4th start of the year, has thrown 28 in the 3rd innings, allowed just 19 hits, 3 earned runs, has walked only 5 and struck out 26. Opponents are batting just 184 against the sophomore right-hander. 1-2 the count here. And a breaking ball misses up, now 2-2. Cougars took the opener over the Falcons, winning their 20th straight game now, which matches a school record which was set in 2014. Carmen ready, works out of the stretch as the 2-2's fouled straight back. See if the Cougars can keep that momentum going offensively here in Game 2. Two balls, 2 strikes to count. Adam Gregory picking up his 3rd win of the year in Game 1 for CUC as the pitch is grounded towards second, fielded on 2 hops by Benavides. Throw across is in plenty of time. And there's one away here in the Falcon half of the first.
Up next for the Falcons, second baseman, number 7, Spencer Garnett.
With 1 out now, that brings up the second baseman, number 7, Spencer Garnett. Garnett in Game 1 for the Falcons went 1 for 4, struck out twice. Just getting underway with Game 2 here from the Thunderdome, as it's been so nicely nicknamed. Bunt laid down, a good one. Tough play, Van Duzer. Throw across is not in time, and it's a bunt single for Garnett. So
next, the right fielder, number 24, Austin Dart.
So after the bunt single, it'll bring up Austin Dart. Dart came on as a pinch hitter in Game 1 as the first pitch misses down and away. Dart went 0 for 0 in his pitch hitting appearance, walked and scored a run. It was a lone run for the Falcons in Game 1 as the 1-0 misses outside, now 2-0. Carmen kicks and the 2-0. Swung and missed. He changed speeds on him there. Count now 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike the count. Glad you're here with us for Game 2 this afternoon. The pitch. Swan and lifted into shallow right. Matt Foust ranging in, and he will make the catch. And there's 2 away.
Designated hitter, number 34, Tyler Haffey.
Batter now will be Tyler Haffey, the designated hitter. 1 on and 2 away here in the Falcon half of the first. Haffey did the catching for the Falcons in Game 1. The pitch, Swan popped up high into the blue sky on the infield. Calling for it is Benavides, and he will make the catch, and that will do it for the Falcons in the inning. In the inning for CU Dub, no runs on 1 hit, no errors and 1 left. Your score after half inning, Falcons 0, Cougars coming to bat. Back here in River Forest, Illinois, once again, I'm CJ Sullivan. Glad you could join us here. Joel Krenz, Elise Somke, and Mitch Policier helping to bring you the broadcast here today. It'll be Mercado to lead off for the Cougars here against left-hander for the Falcons, number 15, Ben Mazzulla. The freshman from Stone Park, Illinois, pitching in his home state today. Mercado to lead off for the Cougars. First pitch shows bunt as it misses down in the dirt. 1-0 the count to Mercado. Mazzulla on the season has a 1.35 ERA, making his first start as that ran inside and nearly hit Mercado. But he has a 1.35 ERA, making his first start. Has thrown 6 2/3 innings, allowed 6 hits, 1 earned run, has walked 3 and struck out 5. Opponents hitting .231 against him. As that one swung on and hit off the face of the CU Dub dugout. Turnabout is fair play. You nearly hit our guy while our guy wants to hit one of your guys. 2 balls, 1 strike the count here on Mercado. The pitch. Breaking ball misses down and away. Good take there by Mercado. It was close. 3-1. Lefty winds and deals. This one Swan popped up on the infield. Mercado might just have swung at ball 4 as the catch is made in foul ground by the first baseman, Paz. With 1 out now, that it brings up the second baseman, Braden Benavides. Benavides went 1 for 3 in game 1 for the Cougars, walked twice and scored a run. First pitch swinging, he is well ahead of an off-speed pitch from Mazzulla. The pitch, well outside. Now 1-1 the count. Benavides on the season, a .329 hitter in 21 games. Is one of 5 players for CUC that have started every game this season. That one in there for a called strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. 1-2 pitch, breaking ball in the dirt. Good block behind the dish there. New catcher for the Falcons here in game 2 is number 25, Jared Shisak. As the one's popped up into center field by Benavides. Playable for Hawkinson, who will make the catch, and there's 2 away. With 2 outs now, we'll bring up Brian Van Duzer, the Cougar third baseman.
Third baseman, number 9, Brian Van Duzer.
Van Duzer went 3 for 4 in game 1 with 2 RBIs. Also scored a run. First pitch to him is well outside for a ball, 1-0. Cougars went deep 3 times in game 1. 1-0 pitch is pop fouling out of play. 1-1 the count. Kaye, Mariotti, and Foust all going long. 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball misses high. 2 balls, 1 strike the count. Mariotti hitting his team-leading 8th homer of the year, also conference leading, as the 2-1 pitch misses once again. Now 3-1. Three balls, 1 strike the count. Wind and the 3-1 pitch. Misses down away, and Van Duzer aboard with 2 away. That'll bring up Brody Mariotti, the Cougar first baseman.
Up next for the Cougars, first baseman, number 8, Brody Mariotti.
Mariotti, the batter now for CUC. He went 1 for 4 with the 2-run homer in game 1. First pitch to him is lined into left and caught on a diving stab by the left fielder, Rodriguez. And that will do it for the Cougars in the inning. In the bottom of the first, no runs, no hits, 1 left. We're through 1 inning. Cougars nothing, Falcons nothing. Back here in River Forest, once again, I'm CJ Sumner. Glad you could join us here. Going to the top of inning number 2 here. It will be 5-6-7 for the Falcons as the first pitch is grounded foul. 0-1 the count. Chesick will be the batter. 0-1 the count. On the season, Chesick is a .364 hitter. 0-1 pitch, grounded towards third and past Van Duzer. He's weighted back on it, and that'll go down as an E5.
Up next for the Falcons, third baseman number 8, Sean Tillman.
So it'll be Sean Tillman, the batter now for the Falcons. Runner on first. First pitch swinging, fouled off by Tillman. 0-1 the count. Chesick the runner on first. Carmen sets. Kicks and the pitch. Swung on and missed. Tillman not happy with himself there. Count now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to count. Carmen sets. And the 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball, couldn't get him to chase as it misses away. Now 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes to count. Tillman the runner on first. Reach on the air. Kick and the pitch. Swung and popped up in foul ground. Mariotti calling for it down the line. And he's able to make the catch for out number 1. So with 1 out in the inning and Chesick still at first, it'll be Paz, the batter now. Eric Paz did not appear in Game 1. On the season, Paz is a .255 hitter, making his 15th start of the year. First pitch swinging, and it's fouled off. 0-1 the count. Carmen's had back-to-back strong outings for the Cougars. Looking to continue that here today. Leads the team with that .95 ERA of qualifying pitchers nationally. The 0-1 pitch. Swung and popped up into shallow center. Benavides calling for it and making the catch. And there's 2 away. With 2 outs now, that'll bring up left fielder number 9, Charlie Rodriguez. Rodriguez went 1 for 4 with a strikeout in Game 1. 2 out, 1 on here for the Falcons in the top of the second. Carmen kicks the 0-0 pitch. Breaking ball in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1. But going back to Carmen's outings as of late, he diced up Edgewood on the road, 8 innings of 1-run ball with 4 Ks. And then last time out, he went 6 innings, didn't allow a run, and struck out 7 against Wisconsin Lutheran as that one's fouled out of play. He's really been the most consistent pitcher for CUC this season. He started in the bullpen, but has worked his way into the starting rotation and has solidified himself as what you'll call a number 4 starter, I wouldn't call him a number 4 starter because any other team in the conference, I believe that he's probably your number 1. The 0-2 pitch. Ground ball towards second base. Benavidez ranging to his left, makes the play and throws it over to Mariotti, and that will do it for the Falcons in the second. In the inning for CU Dub, they get no runs on no hits, 1 Cougar error and 1 left on. We're through 1.5. Your score, Cougars nothing, Falcons nothing. Back here in River Forest, once again, I'm CJ Sellner. Glad you could join us here. It will be Connor Brandon to lead off. 5-6-7 due up for the Cougars here against Missoula for the Falcons. Kick the 0-0 pitch to Brandon. In there for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Brandon for the Cougars in game 1. Went 1 for 4 with a run scored. Also walked as this one's grounded towards third. Bobbled initially. Throw across is wide, and it will be off the face of the Cougar dugout. Brandon hustling the whole way, and he will slide into second on the error. So it'll be an E5 on the play. It allows Brandon to get into scoring position.
Up next for the Cougars, center fielder, number 3, Keegan Tyrell.
So the batter now will be Keegan Tyrell, the Cougars center fielder. Runner in scoring position here for the Cougars. Tyrell went 0 for 2 in game 1 with 2 runs scored. He walked twice. Kick the 0-0 pitch. Swan off the end of the bat, foul on the first base side. 0-1 the count. No balls, 1 strike. Brandon on second via the error. Kick and the 0-1. Breaking ball misses outside. CUC's facing a different type of pitcher. Missoula is not going to try to overpower you. He's shown that he's going to try to throw a lot of breaking stuff, a soft-throwing lefty. 1-1 the count here. So the challenge for CUC will be to wait back and get that pitch early. As the pitch misses outside, now 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Pitch misses down and in. Now 3-1 to the Cougar center fielder. Tyrell on the season, after going 0 for 2 in the opener, saw a season average drop to 211. Kick and the pitch. Runs high and tight, and the Cougars will have 2 on here in the second. With 2 on and nobody out, that'll bring up Mateo Kaye, the DH.
Mateo Kaye.
Kaye launched a no-doubt homer in the Cougar win in game 1. He went 2 for 5 with 4 RBIs on the day. On the season, Kaye is a .489 hitter with 22 hits, 2 homers, and 11 driven in. First pitch swing in, he fouls it off. 0-1 the count. Kaye's been swinging the bat well. He swung it well early in Florida, earning the starting right field job, but ended up getting hurt the last day in Florida when he went crashing into the right field wall, chasing down a foul ball. But since he's been back in this Cougar lineup, he's kind of cemented himself as the DH, as this lineup continues to put up a lot of runs. Inside move will send Brandon back to second. No balls, 1 strike to count on Kaye. Series history for the Cougars and Falcons as that one swung on and popped foul and out of play once again. Coming into today, the Cougars and Falcons have met 30 times since the 2007 season. Including today, CUC owns a 23-8 record over that span against the Falcons. CUC eliminated CUW last year with an 8-2 win at the conference tournament. Long look at second, and Kaye will call time. During that span where CUC has had success over CUW, they've outscored them by an average of just over 3 runs a game. The pitch, breaking ball well high and away. One ball, 2 strikes to count. Long look at second again. The pitch. Down and away. Good hold there by Kaye. Count evens at 2-2. Patience will be key for CUC here in game 2 against the soft throwing lefty. The 2-2 pitch. Swung and spoiled foul. And we'll do it again at 2-2. Cougar women's lacrosse leading 15-8 in the stadium. That game with just over 2 minutes left. The pitch. Swung and spoiled foul once again by Kaye. Two balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out here in the Cougar half of the second. Kick in the 2-2. Down and in, and the count runs full at 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes. Missoula gets his sign, now readies. Inside move will put Brandon back at second once again with no throw. Cougars switching to the maroon tops here for game 2. It's a sharp look, the new kind of retro look for CUC in the Under Armour uniforms. 3-2 pitch grounded off the glove of the third baseman and in the left field. Brandon going to come around to score, and a good hustle play as Stosky hits the deck in the third base coach's box. Tyrell going first to third on the air. Run score, and the Cougars strike first. The batter now will be Abe Paz, the catcher.
Next up, the catcher, number 30, Abe Paz.
So a second error in the inning for the Falcons allows a run to score. 1-0 Cougars here. Kaye at first, Tyrell at third. Still nobody out here in the second. Cougars scored the run, and they haven't had a hit yet in the inning. First pitch is upstairs for a ball, 1-0. Abe Paz getting the start in game 2. His split time with Justin Rodriguez behind the plate this season. He's hitting .333 on the year with 2 doubles and 2 home runs. Also has 8 driven in. 1-0 the count here. Pitch in the dirt, bounced in, and blocked. Now 2-0. Two balls, no strikes to count on Abe Paz, the catcher. Pitch ran inside, and count runs to 3-0. See if Stosky gives Paz the green light here on the 3-0. Matt Foust would be next, the red-hot hitting right fielder. The pitch misses high, and 4 straight balls. Loads the bases here for the Cougars with nobody out in the second.
Up next for the Cougars, right fielder, number 7, Matt Foust.
Batter will be Matt Foust, the Cougar right fielder. Foust had a very good game 1 going 3 for 4 with 3 runs scored and an RBI. He homered in the game, also doubled. Chance for the Cougars to do some damage here in the second. First pitch swinging, and it's skied into center field. Tagging up on the player, both runners from second and third. Throw will come to third, and it will be a sac fly for Matt Foust. And they said that the runner left early at second as they appealed it. I was watching. I thought he was good the whole way. But run scores on the play. It's 2-0 CUC, and it'll bring up Jose Mercado.
Next up for the Cougars, shortstop, number 1, Jose Mercado.
So Kaye out on the play. Tyrell scores. 2 outs now will be Jose Mercado. Runner off on the play. Throw to second is high and into center field. Paz slipped when he tried to advance to third, but it'll be a stolen base. Pitch was high. 1-0 the count. Paz now in scoring position for Mercado. Time called as Mercado is waiting. Missoula does not work fast on the mound for the Falcons. 1-0 the count here on Mercado. The pitch down in the dirt, blocked behind the plate by Shesek. Two balls, no strikes. Kick and the pitch. Swan and popped foul as Mercado was out on his front foot. Now 2-1. Mercado on the season, including game 1 today, hitting .420 on the year with an OPS of 1,100, which is just absurd. Also has 4 doubles, 3 triples, and 2 homers, and has 25 stolen bases on an All-American pace in his senior campaign. Breaking ball in the dirt and gets away, and Abe Paz will move to third. 3-1 the count now on Mercado. Both runs are unearned against Missoula in the inning. 2 errors by the third baseman, Tillman. As the 3-1 pitch misses upstairs, and the Cougars will have runners at the corners now with 2 away.
Up next for the Cougars, second baseman, number 20, Braden Benavidez.
Batter now will be Braden Benavidez, the Cougars' second baseman. Runners at the corners, just knowing how the Cougars like to play, you'd assume that they're going to have Mercado off early in the count here. Try to put 2 in scoring position for Benavidez. Benavidez is 0 for 1 here in game 2. As the pitch misses outside for a ball, 1-0. He flew out last time up. 1 ball, no strikes to count. The pitch. Mercado off on the play. Wanted to get into a steal and stop situation. 2-0 the count. Falcons didn't bite. Good job by Paz not getting overly anxious over at third. It's one of those situations, you see that throw going down as a third base runner, thinking that you're going to be able to take advantage of it. You can get caught in no man's land really easily. 2-0 the count here on Benavidez. Paz at third, Mercado at first. We have yet to see a pickoff move from Missoula. The 2-0 pitch misses up, now 3-0. Three balls, no strikes. The pitch. Called strike as that one nicks the corner. Now 3-1. CSAC wants to get in a new third first call for the Falcons. Cougars will be back in action either Monday or Tuesday against Lakeland. You can always find all your Cougar updates at cucougars.com. Missoula gets his sign, the 3-1. Swan and popped foul and out of play. His count runs full at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Decent crowd on hand here in River Forest today for the rivalry doubleheader. Temperatures in the mid-50s. Wind making it not as comfortable as everybody would like. Missoula gets his sign and readies. And the 3-2 pitch. Swan and fouled off once again. Mercado will get a head start with the full count and 2 outs. Cougars with 2 runs in the inning with no hits. Kick and the 3-2 pitch. Called strike 3. Benavides thought he had taken ball 4, but the second baseman goes down looking. In the inning for CUC, 2 runs on no hits, 2 Falcon errors, and 2 left on. Your score after 2 complete. Cougars 2, Falcons nothing.
Cougars in the inning.
Back here in River Forest, once again, I'm CJ Sellner. Cougar Baseball brought to you in part by Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A in Melrose Park. Eat more chicken. Cougar Baseball also brought to you in part by Chicago Motor Coach, official transportation provider of CUC Athletics. It'll be 9-1-2 due up for the Falcons here, trailing 2-0 in the third against Carmen. As first pitch is in there for a called strike, 0-1. Christian Gerner to lead off. Gerner in game 1 against the Cougars went 0 for 2. 0-1 pitch is grounded up the middle. Mercado on the run. Tough play. Through a cross in time. What a play by the Cougars shortstop up the middle. Gerner has good speed too, but Mercado with the quick release to get him. 1 out in the inning now will bring up the top of the order for the Falcons in the center fielder, Johannes Hawkinson. One away here in the Falcon third. Kick the 0 pitch. Swan and lifted down the right field line. Foul, long run into the Cougar bullpen, and it'll drop foul. No balls, 1 strike to count. Glad you're here on our YouTube page. Follow us on Twitter at CU Chicago Sports. Keep up to date with all of Cougar baseball action. 0-1 pitch bounces in the dirt on a breaking pitch. Now 1-1. One ball, one strike the count here on Hawkinson. The pitch. Breaking ball in there for a called strike at the knees. Now 1-2. Hawkinson in game 2 is 0 for 1. He grounded out last time up. Carmen kicks and the 1-2. Misses away, and the count evens at 2-2. Two balls, two strikes. One away in the Falcon half of the third. Kick and the 2-2. Swan and popped up on the infield. Calling for it is Paz behind the dish, and he will make the catch. And there's quickly 2 away. That'll bring up Spencer Garnett.
Next for the Falcons, second baseman.
The second baseman.
Spencer Garnett.
Garnett with the Falcons' only hit so far. He did that last time up. On the season, Garnett is a .375 hitter. That's including today's action in Game 1. Carmen, one of the rare starters that you see at this point as he delivers a first pitch strike that doesn't ever work out of the windup, solely out of the stretch. He works. Carmen, a sophomore for CUC, saw a good time last year, was successful, especially late in the year, as 0-1 is fouled off. No balls, 2 strikes to count here. Carmen trying to work a clean half of the third. Carmen gets his side now, readies and kicks the 0-2. Breaking ball in the dirt. Couldn't get him to chase. Now 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes to count, 2 away in the inning. Carmen gets his sign and readies. The right-hander kicks the 1-2. Breaking ball popped foul, straight back and out of play. We'll do it again at 1-2. Stick around for the postgame. We'll talk to head coach Mike Stosky, get his thoughts on the doubleheader today. As Cougars try to set a new winning streak record here at Concordia. The 1-2 pitch. Swan and fouled straight back once again, and we'll do it again at 1-2. CUC's winning streak now stands at 20 games on the season, matching a total from the 2014 team. I had the pleasure of being a part of that run. It's something special, and you keep talking about it, and it gets you excited to play every day. As this one's lined off the glove as Mercado nearly came up with a great play at short. It'll be a 2-out hit for Garnett.
Up next for the Falcons, right fielder number 24, Austin Dart.
So with 1 on and 2 away, it'll bring up Dart for the Falcons. The right fielder is 0 for 1 here in Game 2, flew out last time up. Second hit for the Falcons here in Game 2. First pitch offering is swung on and missed. Carmen pulled a string on him there. 0-1 the count. No balls, 1 strike the count. Kick and the 0-1. Swan and grounded foul into the Cougar dugout. The count's quickly 0-2. Carmen now readies and kicks. 0-2 pitch. Off the outside corner. Close. Now 1-2. Blue skies here in River Forest today will give way to rain all day tomorrow. Carmen kicks and the 1-2 pitch. Swan and line through the right side, and that'll be a base hit. Runner will be held at second, so it'll be first and second with 2 outs here for the Falcons in the third. Garnett to second on the play. It'll bring up the DH for the Falcons. Number 34, Tyler Haffey. Falcons trying to answer back after the Cougars put up 2 last half inning. Garnett at second, Dart at first. Carmen gets his sign and readies the 0-0 pitch. Breaking ball in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Haffey is 0 for 1 here in Game 2. Flew out last time up. On the season, he is a .393 hitter, making his 12th start of the year. 0-1 the count here from Carmen to Haffey. Kick and the 0-1. Fastball misses well up. Count evens at 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. 2 outs here in the Falcon half of the third. Kick and the 1-1. Swan and popped foul straight back. One ball, 2 strikes to count. Wind has been swirling here in River Forest. It's been helping the whole way for the hitters. But it's gone from going out to left, now going out to right. I'm sure it'll go back 3 or 4 more times. The 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball lined into center. Tyrell is there and will make the catch. And that will do it for the Falcons in the inning. In the top of the third for the Falcons, no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left. Your score after 2.5. Cougars 2, Falcons nothing. Back here in River Forest, once again, I'm CJ Sunner. I'm glad you could join us here. It'll be 3-4-5 due up for the Cougars here in the bottom of the third. First pitch in there to Brian Van Duzer, called strike, 0-1. Missoula with 48 pitches thus far, 21 of those for strikes, as a breaking ball misses up, now 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. The pitch bounces in there, now 2-1. Cougars with 2 runs on no hits thus far. Yet to get really going against the soft-throwing lefty. 2-1 pitch. Swan and lifted into left. Back at the track, and you can kiss it goodbye. Brian Van Duzer goes deep to left. And it's 3-0 CUC here in the third. for Van Duzer. That's his third homer of the season. RBI number 28 as he takes the lead back from Mariotti. Fourth homer of the day for CUC.
Up next for the Cougars, first baseman number 8, Brody Mariotti.
Batter now is Brody Mariotti, the Cougar first baseman. Mariotti here in game 2 as the pitch misses down and away, 1-0 the count. Mariotti is 0 for 1, flew out last time up. Pitch swung on and lined into left, coming in and making the catch. Another diving stab by the left fielder, Rodriguez. And that's the second time Mariotti has been robbed of a hit.
Cougars, left fielder number 32, Connor Brandon.
One out in the inning now. It'll be Connor Brandon, the batter now, the left fielder. First pitch swinging as Brandon comes up empty, 0-1 the count. The hashtag. This one swung on and popped up on the infield. Skied up there, Gerner calling for it, and he will make the catch. And there's 2 away. With 2 outs now, we'll bring up Keegan Tyrell, the center fielder.
For Concordia, the center fielder number 3, Keegan Tyrell.
So Keegan Tyrell is the batter now, 2 away and nobody on. First pitch breaking ball misses up, and it's 1-0. Tyrell with a walk and a run scored here for CUC in game 2. 1-0 pitch is fouled straight back, and the count evens at 1-1. One ball, 1 strike the count. Missoula readies, and the pitch off the outside corner, and it's 2-1. The 2-1 pitch, swung and popped foul and out of play. Count evens at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Deuce is wild here in the bottom of the third. Cougars with a run in the inning on a Brian Van Duzer blast. The pitch bounces in and I thought it hit Tyrell, but it hit off the catcher, Chesek. Count now full at 3-2. Missoula winds the 3-2 pitch. Swung and skied into center field. Back at the track, and it will be just short as the center fielder Hawkinson will make the catch, and that will do it for the Cougars in the inning. In the bottom of the third for the Cougars, 1 run on 1 hit, no errors and nobody left. Your new score after 3 innings here in River Forest, Cougars 3, Falcons nothing. Back here in River Forest, once again, I'm CJ Sumner. Glad you could join us here. Going to the top of the fourth here in River Forest. It'll be 5-6-7 due up for the Falcons. Carmen against Chesick. First pitch down for a ball, 1-0. Carmen readies the 1-0 pitch. Swan and hit well into right center. Long run Tyrell. He'll watch this one fly out of here. And it's a solo shot for Chesick here to break the scoring drought for the Falcons. So a solo shot to right center gets the Falcons on the board, and it's 3-1. Batter will now be Tillman for the Falcons. The third baseman is 0 for 1 on the day, grounded out here in Game 2. First pitch from Carmen is grounded foul on the third base side, 0-1 the count. Tillman, a .375 hitter for the Falcons on the year. 0-1 the count on him here. 3-1 your score here. Falcons with 1 run on 4 hits thus far. CUC with 3 runs on 1 hit. 0-1 pitch. Misses down with a fastball. Now 1-1. One ball, 1 strike to count. Carmen kicks and the 1-1. Swan and grounded left side. Van Duzer there. He'll pick it up and throw it across. And there's 1 away here in the Falcon fourth. With 1 out, that'll bring up Eric Paz, the first baseman. Paz 0 for 1 here in Game 2. Flew out last time up. Cougars will shift here, moving their middle infielders more up the middle. First pitch is up and away for a ball, 1-0. One ball, no strikes. Against the lefty Paz. Kick in the 1-0. Fastball is driven foul and out of play over the left field side. Count now 1-1. Paz on the season, a .255 hitter, making his 15th start of the year. Has 5 driven in. Carmen kicks the 1-1. Spoiled foul at a pitch down. Now 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes to count from Carmen to Paz, the number 7 batter in the order for the Falcons. Carmen kicks in the 1-2. Spoiled foul once again. And we'll do it again at 1-2. Cougars will be back in action here in River Forest a week from today. They'll take on MSOE here with a noon first pitch. 1-2 pitch. Swan and lined over the head of Mariotti at first. And it'll be a 1-out base runner for the Falcons here. It was bobbled by Foust. Runner will advance on the play. So it'll go down as a single and an error. So a runner at second. It should have been a runner at first. The batter will be Rodriguez now. Rodriguez, the left fielder, is 0 for 1 here in Game 2. Grounded out last time up. 1 out here in the Falcon fourth. Carmen kicks the 0-0 pitch. Breaking ball in there. A good one there on the inner half for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Rodriguez on the season, a .264 hitter with 10 driven in. Chance to add to that total here in the fourth with a runner in scoring position. Kick and the 0-1. Breaking ball misses just down. So the count evens at 1-1. One ball, one strike, one out in the inning. Carmen getting his sign from Paz. Now readies. Right-hander kicks the 1-1. Swung and popped up into center field. Tyrell is there, and he will make the catch. Runner will fake the tag and stay at second. 2 outs in the inning now for the Falcons. I'll bring up the number 9 batter, Christian Gerner.
Shortstop number 2, Christian Gerner.
Shortstop is 0 for 1, grounded out last time up on a very nice play up the middle by Jose Mercado. Carmen trying to avoid any further damage here in the fourth. Garner will call time as Carmen was taking a moment to get on the same page with Paz Agueldo behind the plate. Kick and the pitch. Swan and lifted into right. Foust going back on it at the wall, and he'll make the catch in right and jump into the wall. A nice play on the run there by the Cougar right fielder, and that will do it for the Falcons in the fourth. In the inning, 1 run on 2 hits, 1 error, and 1 left. Your new score after 3.5 here in River Forest. Cougars 3, Falcons 1. Back here in River Forest once again. It'll be 7-8-9 due up for the Cougars here in the fourth. Cougars leading it 3-1 over the Falcons. Mateo Calle to lead off. Calle, Paz, and Foust due up for the Cougars as the first pitch is in there for a called strike, 0-1. Calle here in game 2 is 0 for 1. Reached on an error last time up as that one's fouled off quickly, 0-2. So far for the Falcons, for Missoula, as the 0-2 pitch is lined into right center, and that will drop down for a base hit. Kaye with a strong turnaround first, but he will hold there. So a single for Kaye will bring up Abe Paz, the catcher.
Next, the catcher, number 30.
But for Missoula, he is where 3+ innings allowed 2 hits, 3 runs, just 1 earned. Walked 4 and struck out 1. Batter is Abe Paz. He walked last time up. First pitch misses up for a ball, 1-0. Next scheduled broadcast will come on Thursday when the Cougars take on UW La Crosse here in River Forest, as Missoula takes a quick check on Kaye over at first. From the looks of it, I don't think Missoula's overly comfortable picking off over to first. We haven't seen many moves from him yet, as the 1-0 misses up, now 2-0. Two balls, no strikes, as they'll take another check on Kaye. They'll check on him one more time. 2 balls, no strikes to count on Abe Paz. And now Paz will take time to get reset. Kick and the 2-0. Swung and missed. Paz took a big rip at one and came up empty. 2 balls, 1 strike to count. Missoula will check on Kaye one more time as he gets back standing up. 2 balls, 1 strike, nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th. Cougars put up 2 runs in the second, a single run in the third, as that one's off the end of the bat foul. Count evens at 2-2 to Abe Paz. Paz on the season, a .333 hitter coming into Game 2 of today, making his 9th start of the year. The pitch. Swung and missed. He chased the ball off the outside corner. The strikeout will bring up number 7, Matt Foust.
Up next, the right fielder, number 7, Matt Foust.
So Kaye still at first. Foust the batter now. Falcons do have a right-hander loosening in their bullpen. Foust had a sac fly for an RBI last time up as they check on Kaye again. With a 3-for-4 output in Game 1, Foust has brought his season average up to 265. Try to get it to the top here. 1 out in the Cougar half. Kaye, the runner at first. Kicked in the pitch. Off the outside corner for a ball, 1-0. Game started 18 minutes to the top of the hour. Just over an hour old now as that one swung and hit well to left. Back at the wall, and it's gone! Matt Foust with his second homer to the day, and it's 5-1 CUC here in the 4th. Matt Foust goes long for a second time. That's a big swing for CUC to get something going offensively. And that'll turn it over to the top of the order with 1 out. It'll be Jose Mercado, the batter.
Up next, it's the shortstop, number 1, Jose Mercado.
So, batter is Mercado. First pitch to Mercado, swung on and popped up. In foul ground, and it will be just foul. 0-1 the count on Mercado. So Foust goes deep for a second time today. 5-1 CUC leads it here in the 4th. To stop any momentum that the Falcons had going. It's a big answer there. 0-1 pitch to Mercado is a breaking ball in the dirt. Count evens at 1-1. Kick and the 1-1 pitch. Swan and skied into center field. Playable for Hawkinson, and he will make the catch for the second out. Batter now will be Braden Benavidez, the Cougars' second baseman.
Now for the Cougars, the second baseman, number 20, Braden Benavidez.
Benavidez, the batter, is 0 for 2, has struck out and flown out here in Game 2. Oh, pitch is down and away for a ball, 1-0. One 0 pitch is just on the outside corner, and the count evens at 1-1. Cougar softball finds themselves down, but they have the bases loaded and 1 out in the 7th. As the pitch misses down to Benavides once again. Now 2-1. Big game for the Cougar softball program, keeping pace in the playoffs, as that one swung on and missed, and the count even to 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Wind and the pitch. Swan and lined into right center. Playable for the right fielder, Dart, who will make the catch, and that will do it for the Cougars in the 4th. In the inning for CUC, 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors and nobody left. It's 5-1 Cougars here after 4. Back here in River Forest, once again, I'm CJ Sellner. Glad you could join us here. Hawkinson to lead off. 1, 2, 3, top of the order. As we play on here into the top of the 5th, Cougars leading this one 5-1. First pitch, breaking ball in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Hawkinson is the batter for the Falcons. Cougars picking up 2 more runs last half inning on the 2-run shot by Matt Foust. Fastball this time too high as it's 1-1. One ball, 1 strike the count. Kick and the 1-1. Down and away. Count now 2-1 to Hawkinson from Carmen. The pitch in there for a called strike, and the count evens at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Glad you could join us here for rivalry baseball action here in River Forest today. CUC took the opener 13-1 as a breaking ball spoiled foul, and we'll do it again at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out here in the top of the 5th. Carmen readies and kicks. The 2-2. Breaking ball lined into left. Foust positioned appropriately will make the catch, and there's 1 away. With 1 out in the inning, now they'll bring up Spencer Garnett, the second baseman.
Second baseman, number 7, Spencer Garnett.
Garnett is 2 for 2 here in Game 2 for the Falcons. Working against Carmen. Carmen at 64 pitches, 48 of those have been strikes here in Game 2. We've become so used to seeing what the numbers that he's put up and how efficient he's been with his pitches. To see his pitch count even a little bit elevated is something uncommon, and it's worth noting. Kick and the 0-1. Swan and grounded to Van Duzer. That was a tough play. It'll be a hit into left. It was a sharp one-hopper, hit well by Garnett. So a single will put a runner on here for the Falcons with one away.
Now up, right fielder number 24, Austin Dart.
Batter now will be Austin Dart, the number 3 batter in the order for the Falcons. Dart 1 for 2 here in game 2, has singled and flown out. Opening offering is hit well into right center. Deep and well out of here. And a 2-run shot makes it 5-3 Cougars here in the 5th. Dart knew it as soon as he got it, that ball was going to leave the yard in a hurry. 2-run shot makes it 5-3 CUC here in the top of the 5th. So with the bases cleared now, that'll bring up Tyler Haffey, the DH.
Number 34, Tyler Haffey.
Haffey here in game 2 is 0 for 2, has flown out twice. Tough day to pitch, wind blowing out considerably here, as this one's lined into left. There to make the catch is Connor Brandon, and there's 2 away. Wind has been blowing out all day long here in River Forest.
Now up to bat, catcher, number 25, Jared Chasik.
Batter will be Chesick for the Falcons. The catcher is 1 for 2. He homered last time up. 2 outs here in the Falcon half of the 5th. 2 runs in the inning. That one's in there for a called strike on a curveball. Cougar softball in extra innings over across the way. Trying to pick up the sweep of Edgewood. 0-1 is swung and popped up into right. Ranging to his right and calling for it is Matt Foust, who will make the catch, and that will do it for the Falcons in the 5th. In the inning, 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left. Your new score after 4.5. Cougars 5, Falcons 3. Back here in River Forest once again, I'm CJ Sellner. Alongside me, Joel Krenz, Elise Somke, and Mitch Policier. Policier getting his debut on the mic today. Doing a good job for us here. Glad you could join us here. 5-3 Cougars lead as we play on into the bottom of the 5th of game 2. First pitch to Brian Van Duzer, misses down and away, 1-0 the count. Cougars jumped out to a 3-0 lead. Falcons got a solo shot in the 4th and a 2-run shot last half inning to bring it to 5-3. CUC got a 2-run shot from Matt Foust in the bottom half of the 4th. 1-0 pitch catches the corner, and the count evens at 1-1. Kick and the 1-1. Popped up down the right field line, hooking into the corner, and it'll be foul into the Cougar bullpen. Get you a few scores around the conference here in just a few moments. Two balls, two strikes to count to Van Duzer. Working against Missoula. This will be pitch number 84, as that one's in there for a called strike, and Van Duzer goes down on strikes. With one out now, that'll bring up Brody Mariotti, the Cougar first baseman.
The first baseman, number 8, Brody Mariotti.
Mariotti 0 for 2 here in Game 2, has flown out twice. 3 strikeouts now for Missoula here in Game 2. First pitch swinging as Mariotti chases a pitch down in the dirt. 0-1 the count. Kick in the 0-1. Bounces in there. The count evens at 1-1. So you're saying a couple scores around the NACC, a couple extra inning games to begin the day. Illinois Tech falling to Aurora 8-7 as Mariotti chases another one down. Count now 1-2 to Mariotti. Benedictine taking out Rockford in 10 innings 2-1. Lakeland beat Wisconsin Lutheran 7-2. And Dominican beat Edgewood 20-8 on the road. The pitch off the end of the bat, spoiled foul by Mariotti to stay alive. One ball, 2 strikes to count here to Mariotti. One-two pitch just misses outside, and the count evens at 2-2. Close pitch to take there. Pitch swung and skied high into the River Forest sky. Calling for it and making the catch is Hawkinson. And there's 2 away here in the Cougar 5th.
Up next for the Cougars, the left fielder, number 32, Connor Brandon.
With 2 outs now, the batter will be Connor Brandon, the Cougar left fielder. Brandon's 0 for 2 here in Game 2 with a run scored, has reached on an error and flown out. First pitch is off the outside corner with a breaking ball. 1-0 the count. Kick and the 1-0. Grounded foul and into the CUW dugout, and the count's 1-1. Kick and the pitch. Down in the dirt. Count moves to 2-1 here to Brandon. Brandon on the season, a .314 hitter for CUC, as that one misses outside. 3 balls, 1 strike, the count. Brandon on the season with 22 hits, 23 driven in, and 6 homers. As the pitch misses high, and Brandon draws a 2-out walk. Batter now will be Keegan Tyrell, the Cougar center fielder.
Next up for the Cougars, center fielder, number 3, Keegan Tyrell.
Tyrell on the day in Game 2 is 0 for 1. With a run scored, he has walked once and flown out. 1 on, 2 away in the Cougar half of the 5th. First pitch is a fastball well high. One ball, no strike, the count on Tyrell. Brandon the runner at first. Quick check on Brandon as he gets back in plenty of time. Missoula will check on Brandon one more time. As fast as we played Game 1, Game 2 seems like it's going at a snail's pace at this point as that ball is blocked in the dirt. Now 2-0. Another check on Brandon here as he gets back once again. 2 balls, no strikes to count. The pitch, high and away, and it's 3-0 to the Cougar center fielder. Kaye would be next if Tyrell can reach. Three balls, no strikes. Kick and the pitch. In there for a called strike on the inner half. Count now 3-1. Three balls, 1 strike to count. As they check on Brandon once again. Kick and the 3-1. And it's high and away, ball 4. Cougars now with runners at first and second and 2 away here in the 5th. Batter will be Mateo Kaye, and head coach Eddie Morgan wants to go have a word with Missoula.
Mateo Kaye.
And we're going to have a pitching change here for the Falcons. We'll take a break, get you set up with the new pitcher when we return on Sports Network. Back here in River Forest once again, I'm CJ Sellner. Glad you could join us here. New pitcher for the Falcons. It's JJ Zavichel, who will be the batter now. So JJ Zavichel has a 1-0 record on the season, making his 4th appearance. Has thrown 4 2/3, as the first one's high and tight. We had a delay in the action for a second as Cougar softball just walked it off with a 2-run shot by Shania Phillips. So they pick up the sweep on the day. So as that one runs inside and hits Kaye. So the bases will be loaded here with 2 outs. And it'll bring up catcher Abe Paz. So bases loaded, opportunity here for Abe Paz. 2 away in the inning. First pitch is well high for a ball, 1-0. Initially, these CUW pitchers have had a little bit of trouble coming out of the bullpen ready to go. We saw it in game 1 a bit as the pitch misses down and away. Now 2-0 to Abe Paz. See if the catcher can be patient here and get a pitch to hit here with the 2-0 count. No place to put him. The 2-0 pitch. Swan and lined. He got a good fastball to hit and pulled it foul. Now 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike to count. Kick and the pitch. Breaking ball ran inside and nearly hit him. Count now 3-1. They're going to have to bring something to Paz here. No place to put him with a 3-1 count, 2 away in the inning. Kick, the 3-2 was high, and he walked him, and that'll bring home a run for the Cougars. Makes it 6-3 CUC here in the 5th. Batter now will be Matt Foust, the right fielder.
Cougars, the right fielder, number 7, Matt Foust.
Foust is probably the hitter you want up in this Cougar lineup right now. Basically, it's between him and Van Duzer. Foust, 1-for-1 here in Game 2 with 3 RBIs. He's homered and has a sac fly. First pitch, fastball, catches the outside corner for a called strike. 0-1 the count. Chance for the Cougars to get a little distance between the Falcons here with the bases loaded. 0-1 pitch is in the dirt. Good block behind the dish by Chesick. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch misses. Now 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike the count. Kick and the pitch. Up and away, and it's 3-1. Cougars in the driver's seat once again. Going to have to come to Foust here. He's homered twice today already. Kick and the 3-1. Down and away, and another walk will bring home another Cougar run, and it's 7-3. Cougars now with 7 runs on just 3 hits in the ball game. They'll bring up Jose Mercado for the Cougars. In total, now CUC has been walked 7 times here in Game 2, plus a hit by pitch, so make that 8 free passes. And looks like we're going to have another pitching change for the Falcons. We'll take a break, get you set up with the new pitcher when we return. 7-3 Cougars here in the 5th. Cougar Baseball brought to you in part by Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A in Melrose Park. Eat more chicken. Back here in River Forest once again, I'm CJ Sellner. Glad you could join us here. New pitcher for the Falcons will be number 27, Brett Kalacki. Kalacki on the season has a 12.6 ERA, an 0-1 record, making his 5th appearance. Has thrown 5 innings, allowed 9 hits, 7 earned runs, has 1 walk. Opponents batting .409 against him. Batter is Jose Mercado for the Cougars. First pitch is down and away for a ball, 1-0. Mercado 0 for 2 here in Game 2. Has walked once and flown out twice. Kick and the 1-0 pitch. In there for a called strike. Mercado didn't like the call. Count now 1-1. One ball, one strike. Cougars trying to break this thing wide open in the fifth. The pitch, well outside, and it's 2-1. As I was saying earlier, CUC has been walked 8 times here in Game 2. They have 7 runs on just 3 hits. The 2-1 pitch. Swan and grounded back to Kalaki. He'll field his position and flip it over, and that will do it for the Cougars in the inning. In the bottom of the fifth for CUC, they pick up 2 runs on no hits, no errors, and leave 3 on. Your new score after 5 complete. Cougars 7, Falcons 3. Back in River Forest, once again, I'm CJ Sellner. Glad you could join us here as we play on into inning number 6. It'll be Sean Tillman to lead off for the Falcons. 6-7-8 due up here. 7-3 Cougars lead it over the Falcons. Tillman is 0 for 2 here for CU Dub in Game 2. Has grounded out and flown out. Working against Cole Carmen on for his 6th inning of work as the first pitch is swung and fouled straight back and out of play. Pitch misses down in the dirt. One ball, one strike the count here from Carmen. The pitch. Breaking ball, a good one there as Tillman came up empty. Count now 1-2. Carmen so far today through 5+ innings of work has allowed 3 earned runs on 7 hits, no walks, no strikeouts. Thrown 73 pitches as that one's lined foul on the first base side, and we'll do it again at 1-2. Don't forget to follow our Instagram page, CU Cougars. Also follow us on Twitter to get up-to-date action, CU Chicago Sports. Carmen kicks the 1-2. Breaking ball is down and away. Count evens at 2-2. You'd like to see Carmen get through the 6th, maybe into the 7th. So one thing you haven't seen a lot from this Cougar team this year, as the 2-2 pitches popped up on the infield, calling for it is Benavides, and he will make the catch, and the leadoff man is retired in the 6th. That'll bring up the first baseman, number 4, Eric Paz. Paz is 1 for 2 here in game 2. But going back to what I was saying, you have not seen really the depth of this Cougar bullpen. You've gotten such good starting pitching from the 4 in your rotation, as that one's fouled straight back. You look at Strepic, you look at Carmen, you look at Gregory in game 1 going deep into the game. And then you talk about Alex Crinigan, how he's been very successful for the CUC team. You haven't seen the bullpen really get stretched or taxed on a weekend yet. The 0-1 pitch popped up soft towards third. Van Duzer's there, and he makes the catch for out number 2. But that's one of those things, it's great, meaning you're getting that really good starting pitching. Because you haven't had to use the bullpen, that means you're probably winning a lot of games, which the Cougars have, 20 straight. But when you're blowing teams out a lot of times and you're getting that good starting pitching, games get shortened. Some of those arms in the bullpen, you talk about Mike Tobin, who's been your kind of your pseudo closer, didn't throw last weekend. As that one's grounded foul on the third base side. 0-1 the count. So it's working everybody in, and I know Coach Stosky uses practices a lot of times to get guys live at bat, gets guys that haven't played live at bats, and it's a live session for those guys in practices. But it's still not the same as putting on your maroon and gold jersey and going out there and throwing as hard as you can against somebody in a different color. The 0-1 pitch. Swan and line to right. Foust is there, positioned perfectly to make the catch, and that will do it for the Falcons in the 6th. In the inning for CU Dub, they go out in order through 5.5. Your score, Cougars 7, Falcons 3. Back here in River Forest, once again, I'm CJ Sumner. Glad you could join us here. It'll be 2-3-4 due up for the Cougars here as we play on into the bottom of the 6th. Braden Benavides to lead off against Kalaki. First pitch swinging, and he fouls it straight back, and it's 0-1. Benavides here in game 2 is 0 for 3, has struck out once and flown out twice. Cougars trying to extend their nation-leading 20-game winning streak to 21 here today in Game 2 as that one misses outside. One ball, one strike to count. Kalecki winds and deals. Lefty's pitch misses up and away. Now 2-1. Pitch on the 2-1 outside. Now 3-1. Throwing strikes has been a struggle for CU Dub here in Game 2. 8 total walks plus a hit batsman. The 3-1 pitch. Strike called on the inside corner, and the count runs full at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Wind in the full count pitch. Hit Benavides. Make that 10 free base runners for CUC here in Game 2. With the leadoff runner aboard for the Cougars, it'll bring up Brian Van Duzer, the third baseman.
Brian Van Duzer.
Van Duzer with one of the Cougars' 3 hits here in Game 2. The senior is 1 for 2 with a run scored and an RBI. He homered early in this ballgame for CUC. He's also walked. Oh, pitch is down and away. Benavides off on the play, and he will take second base. So a stolen base for Benavides. 1-0 the count here on Van Duzer. CUC baseball with the chance to make it a clean sweep at home. Women's lacrosse won over in the stadium earlier. Softball with a sweep across behind the center field wall, and baseball with the opportunity to do the same. Called strike makes it 1-1. One ball, one strike to Van Duzer. Glacki kicks the 1-1. Bounces into the dirt, blocked behind the dish by Shisak. 2-1 the count. Brody Mariotti waiting on deck. Two balls, one strike. Kick and the pitch. Misses away, and it's 3-1. Three balls, one strike as they get action down in the CW bullpen once again. Kick and the 3-1. Swung on and foul tipped. Van Duzer tried to put that one on Division Street once again. Count runs full at 3-2. Three balls, two strikes to count to Van Duzer. Kick and the pitch. Misses outside, and that's the second free base runner of the inning for the Cougars. Runners at first and second now. The batter will be Brody Mariotti, the first baseman.
Number 8, Brody Mariotti.
Mariotti's 0 for 3 here in Game 2, has flown out 3 times. As hard as it is to believe with CUC having just 3 hits, he's the only Cougar that has not reached base in the starting lineup here in Game 2. 1-0 the count to him here as that one missed well outside. One ball, no strikes, the kick and the pitch. Swan and lifted to right. Back in the right field corner at the track, and it is gone! Brody Mariotti goes deep, a 3-run shot. Makes it 10-3 CUC with his 9th of the year. He just lifted that one out of here. He is on some sort of pace right now. If you want to start talking records, he's in that conversation right now.
Connor Brandon.
So the 3-run shot by Mariotti makes it 10-3 CUC. First pitch to Connor Brandon in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Pitch misses, and the count evens at 1-1. One ball, one strike, the count to Brandon. Still nobody out in the inning as Brandon fouls that one off. Count now 1-2. I said it in the first game, and I'm going to say it again. It's going to be a task over the next couple days to come up with a saying for this team. All the home runs that they've hit this year, as that one's nearly off the head of Glacki. Goodness, is it good that he got out of the way of that one. So line single up the middle, puts the runner on first with nobody out, and it'll bring up Keegan Tyrell. But CUC's hit 3 home runs here in Game 2. Duzer, Foust, and Mariotti all with homers. So as a team now, they're at 28 homers on the season. Mariotti leading the bunch with 9. They came in to today 6th in the country as that one swung on and missed in homers. They're going to climb that ladder just a little bit more after hitting a couple in Game 1, 3 here in Game 2. 10-3, Cougars lead it. Brandon, the runner, on first. The pitch. Called strike. Brandon will easily take second. 0-2 the count with the runner in scoring position. No balls, 2 strikes to count. And they'll take a step back to look at Brandon. Kick and the 0-2 pitch. Bounces in the dirt. Good block by Cishek behind the plate. Count now 1-2. The CUC single season record for home runs is 17, set by Phil Saris in 2009. As that one softly grounded back to the pitcher. Throw first cannot be dug out, and that'll be an E1 on the play on a tough throw in the dirt by Kalaki. Runners at the corners now. It'll be Mateo Kaye.
Number 16, Mateo Kaye.
So we're playing game number 22 of 40, and Mariotti's over halfway there. Batter is Mateo Kaye. First pitch to him is in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Kaye is 1 for 2 here in Game 2 with a run scored. He also has been hit by a pitch. He launched a grand slam to close out Game 1 of our doubleheader on a line drive missile over the center field wall. After the foul ball, it's now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to count. Runners at the corners here for the Cougars, still with nobody out. The pitch, Swan and chopped foul towards the CUW dugout, and we'll do it again at 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to count on Kaye. Kick and the 0-2, well outside, and count moves to 1-2 to the Cougar designated hitter. Brandon at third. Tyrell at first. The pitch misses once again, and the count's even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. Cougars breaking it open with a 3-run 6 thus far. Kalaki kicks the 2-2. Swan and foul tipped, and Kaye just stays alive. Do it again at 2-2. Abe Paz will be next. There is a righty ready down in the CUW bullpen. Runner off on the play as Tyrell will take second standing up. Count runs full at 3-2. 2 in scoring position for Kaye here. Nobody away. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody away. Kick and the 3-2 pitch. Misses down and away. Ball 4. And the bases will be loaded here for Abe Paz. And head coach Eddie Morgan's on his way out. And we're going to have a Falcon pitching change here. Cougar Baseball brought to you in part by Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A in Melrose Park. Eat more chicken. 10-3 Cougars lead it here in the 6th. We'll set you up with a new pitcher when we return. Back here in River Forest once again. New pitcher on for the Falcons here in the bottom of the 6th is number 19, Nico Katsoulis, as this one's lifted into shallow left by Paz. Runners will tag. Throw will get cut off. Tyrell will be able to get back. It'll be a sac fly for Paz, and it's 11-3 CUC.
Now for the Cougars.
So an RBI for Agueldo. 11-3 CUC leads it. Batter now will be Matt Foust. First pitch to Foust, swung on and grounded foul on the third base side. 0-1 the count. Foust here in game 2 is 1 for 1 with 4 RBIs, run scored, a homer, a walk, and a sac fly. One out in the inning. 0-1 the count here on Foust. Kai at first, Tyrell at second. 4 runs in the 6th already for CUC. Kick and the pitch. Fastball on the outside corner for a called strike, and it's quickly 0-2. Katsoulis for the Falcons has a 40.5 ERA on the season, making his 3rd appearance. Has thrown 2/3 of an inning, allowed 3 earned runs on 3 hits. Opponents hitting .600 against him. He will step off as Tyrell was dancing at second. 11-3, Cougars lead it. We're in the bottom of the 6th here in River Forest. Cougars took the opener today, 13-1. As that one misses down. Now 1-2 to Foust. Top of the order due up next in Jose Mercado. You'd think at this point, I would assume that Cole Carmen's day is done. He was just over 80 pitches on the day. You have a comfortable lead as that one swung on and missed. Looked like a wiffle ball out of Katsoulis' hand as it slid away from Foust. 2 outs in the inning now for the Cougars. It'll bring up Jose Mercado.
Jose Mercado.
So 2 outs for Mercado with 2 on. Mercado here in game 2 is 0 for 3. He's walked once, grounded out, and flown out twice. Tyrell with good speed on second. First pitch in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike the count on Mercado. Trying to pick up his first hit here of game 2. The pitch, well away. Tyrell caught in no man's land. He's going to end up taking second on the play. Taking third on the play. The throw was behind to second base, so it goes down as a stolen base, though not exactly how you have it drawn up. So put runners at first and third. Now 1-1 the count. Be interested to see if this count gets deep here, if you'll see Kaye take off at some point. CUC with 5 stolen bases here in game 2. The pitch to Mercado. Called strike just at the knees, and it's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Hope you're enjoying today's broadcast with the new camera angle. You can always tweet us your thoughts at CU Chicago Sports. Kick and the 1-2. Swan and lifted into left center. Long run for Hawkinson at the track, and it's gone! Jose Mercado with his 3rd of the year, and it's 14-3 CUC here in the 6th. That ball just kept carrying And Mercado launches his third of the year as the home run party continues for this Cougar team. My goodness.
Now to bat for the Cougars.
14-3. It's a 7 spot for the Cougars here in the 6th. Braden Benavides is the batter. Benavides is 0 for 3 here in Game 2. Has scored a run and struck out. Kick and the 1-0. Breaking ball called for a strike, and it's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs in the inning. The pitch swung on and missed at a pitch down and away. Now 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes to count. And the pitch. Up and away. Count evens at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Kick and the pitch. Goes behind Benavides. Just a bit inside. For all the Major League fans out there. Personally, a favorite movie of mine. Though I am biased being a Milwaukee Brewers fan. Bob Uecker. Not many better actors, in my opinion. The 3-2 pitch misses up. No, called strike 3. Late called strike 3. And that will do it for the Cougars in the inning. In the bottom of the 6th for the Cougars, 7 runs on 3 hits, 1 Falcon error, and nobody left. Your new score after 6 complete here in River Forest. Cougars 14, Falcons 3. Back here in River Forest once again, I'm CJ Sumner. Glad you could join us here. 9-1-2 due up for the Falcons as we play on into the 7th. 14-3, Cougars lead it here. Christian Gerner to lead off for the Falcons. New pitcher for the Cougars is Cade Laudenschlager, the right-handed sophomore. First pitch, fastball, misses upstairs for a ball, 1-0. Gerner here in Game 2 is 0 for 2, is grounded out and flown out. Closing the book on Carmen, has another good outing in line to pick up his 5th win of the season. He went 6 innings, allowed 3 earned runs on 7 hits, no walks, no strikeouts. All the damage done on 2 swings of the bat. Count now 3-0 to Gerner. Kick in the 3-0 fastball delivered down Broadway for a called strike, and it's 3-1. Laudenschlager on the season for CUC as we get it all pulled up here on the computer. as the 3-1 is hit into shallow left. Connor Brandon on the run, and it'll drop in front of him for a base hit. Leadoff man aboard for the Falcons here in the 7th. Brings up the top of the order. And the center fielder, Johannes Hawkinson. Hawkinson's 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts and a ground out here in game 2. First pitch, fastball, misses up, 1-0. Laudenschlager on the season hits a 2.13 ERA and a 3-0 record, making his 6th appearance of the year. Has pitched 12 2/3 innings, as that one's in there for a called strike. Has allowed just 11 hits, 3 earned runs, 4 walks, and 12 Ks. Opponents batting just .229 against him. Pitch in there for a called strike. Count now 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Gerner the runner at first. Nobody away in the 7th. The pitch swung on and fouled straight back and out of play, and we'll do it again at 1-2. Cougars well on their way to picking up their 21st victory and their 21st in a row. Kick and the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball in there, just misses off the inside corner, and we'll do it at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out in the Falcon half of the 7th. Stick around for the postgame. We'll have head coach Mike Stosky up here talk about today's doubleheader, as that one's fouled off once again, and we'll keep the count at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, nobody out in the inning. Kick and the 2-2. Breaking ball swung on and missed. A good one there from Laudenschlager. First strikeout of the inning. 1 away now for the Falcons. Batter will be Spencer Garnett, the second baseman. Garnett is 3 for 3 here in game 2 with a run scored. Kick and the pitch. Swung on and missed. Pulled a string on him there. 0-1 the count. No balls, 1 strike. Kick and the pitch. Breaking ball lifted into shallow left center, dropping quickly, and that'll be down for a base hit. So 2 on now for the Falcons with 1 away, and they'll bring up Dart.
Now to bat, the right fielder,
the right fielder.
Austin Dart.
Dart is 2 for 3 here in game 2 with a 2-run homer. Laudenschlager looking for a ground ball here. Two on, and Dart calls time as Laudenschlager is waiting to get the sign in from Abe Paz. Kick and the pitch. Swan and lined into left, and that will be a base hit and misplayed by Connor Brandon. 1 run will come to score. Runners will advance to second and third on the air. Makes it 14-4 CUC. The Gerner was going to get held on the single. So Haffey will be the batter, the DH. Laudenschlager kicks and deals. Curveball misses down in the dirt. One ball, no strikes to count. Long look in. And time will be called. 14-4, CUC leads it here as Launschlager will step back onto the rubber. Garnett at third, Dart at second, one away in the inning. Kick in the 1-0. Breaking ball misses down and in, and the count moves to 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes to count. Haffey on the day is 0 for 3 with 3 flyouts. Kick in the 2-0. Swan and Sky down the left field line. Calling for it and making the catch in foul territory is Mercado. And there's 2 away. With 2 outs now, at runners still at second and third. It'll bring up the catcher, number 25, Jared Chisek. Chisek's 1 for 3 with a run scored. He hit a solo shot back in the 4th inning. Launschlager gets his sign now ready. His kicks in the 0-0. Good breaking ball in there on the inner corner for a called strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike to count. Launschlager with the long look in, now readies. Kicks and the 0-1. Swan and lifted into right center. Battling the sun is Foust, and he will be able to make the catch, and that's your ball game. Cougars pick up a 14-4 Game 2 win to sweep the series with the Falcons. Stick around, folks. We'll have final totals coming up in just a few moments. Head coach Mike Stosky will be here as well to talk about today's doubleheader sweep. We'll take a break and get you your final totals. Cougars win Game 2, 14-4 here in Game 2. We'll be right back with your final totals.
Get home safe, and as always, be loud, be proud, and be positive.
Label me.
Don't be shy.
You do it behind my back.
So say it to my face.
You don't know me. You know what I am?
I'm a pitcher.
I'm a striker.
I'm a point guard.
I'm a linebacker.
I'm a setter.
Shortstop.
High jumper.
Wrestler.
Defender.
Goalie.
Student.
Student athletes.
That's who we are.
The only question was whether to have the height to get over the fence, but she just hit an absolute move.
Great
It's not about where you were born. It's not about your gender or the color of your skin or whether you're rich, poor, or in the middle. No matter what you play, if you have the skill and drive to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
Back here in River Forest once again. Final totals here in Game 2 of our doubleheader. For the Falcons, they pick up 4 runs on 10 hits, 3 errors, and they leave 7 on base. For the Cougars, they pick up 14 runs on just 6 hits, 3 errors, and they leave 6 on base. Winning pitcher is Cole Carmen, now 5-1. Losing pitcher for the Falcons is Missoula, now 0-1. CUC now winners of 21 straight ball games, a school record, now 21-1 overall. Falcons with the 2 losses today fall to 8-14. Head coach Mike Stosky will be making his way up here in just a few moments. And we're going to have to, I'm excited to talk to Stosky because we got Stosky's Smashers. Sluggers. So we look forward to seeing what he has to say. about today's doubleheader as his team continues to hit the long ball. As he makes his way up here, once again, Cougar Baseball brought to you in part by Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A in Melrose. Eat more chicken. CUC continuing to hit the baseball. They've pitched it again really well today. You give up 4 runs in game 2. Cole Carmen made 2 mistakes. He gave up the solo shot in the 4th and the 2-run shot in the 5th. But other than that, he had another Cole Carmen-like outing, improving to 5-1 on the year. Looking forward to talking to head coach Mike Stosky as he makes his way up here as the Cougars move to 21-1 overall. CUC hitting multiple home runs in both games, including Jose Mercado hitting his 3rd, Brody Mariotti hitting his 9th of the season. And Coach, the Stosky Sluggers, I think you guys have been done now, 29 team home runs on the year. What's with this team and where did this power come from?
I have no idea. I wish I could tell you that was expected. It was not. I mean, I felt like we lost our power when Silva and Massey and Wilson all left last year, but I think it's a combination of a few things. I think we got a bunch of guys that are getting on base, and we're seeing some fastballs more than we probably would because they're trying to slow our run game down. And quite honestly, we're staying patient. We're cutting our strikeouts down, and we're getting into plus counts. And if you're going to throw Brody Mariotti a 2-0 fastball, he's going to hit it a long way. So you saw it happen a few times today.
Adam Gregory was really good today for you. 7 innings, 6 hits, 6 strikeouts. Arguably, I would say his best outing since Florida.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, absolutely. And it's funny because all we did this week was concentrate on change-ups to righties. We knew they were going to have a 9-man righty lineup, and we knew we were going to have to win with a change-up. So we threw a ton of them. He threw for strikes both over the plate and off the edges, and he gives our defense a chance to make plays behind him. And I think I counted he was only in three-ball counts the whole day. And if you can pitch like that, you're going to be successful no matter who you pitch against.
Cole Carmen again. A Cole Carmen-like outing. He made 2 bad pitches all day. Other than that, battled through a CU dub lineup that gave a lot of gritty efforts in game 2.
Yeah, he wanted to question. He wanted to know, hey, what happened there? And I said they took really good swings on a bad pitch. I mean, they practiced too. So, that's his. He did exactly what we need him to do. If he's going to pitch like that in the postseason, he's going to give us a chance, especially with this lineup right now. That's a good lineup. They do swing the bat well. They get their hacks off in plus counts, and they did on Cole today. But you could see if we can get ahead with strike one, we can kind of run the at bat and do what we need to do. 21-1 overall, 21 straight wins. Now a school record that was held since 2014 when the team went 39-7. Well, at this point, you guys are on a pace that's well past that. Just what is we talked about last time the streak kept going. Now we're talking about again 21. That's a big number. It is, and I actually said it in between games. I didn't say it after the game. I told the guys how much we love coaching them and how enjoyable it is to watch. And I challenged them before the game. I said, there may be just one person in the stands today that's never seen you play, and I want you to play really hard for that one person so they can walk away going, man, that guy plays or that team plays really hard. I go, so that was my challenge, and you saw what they did for us today. But it's just been so enjoyable. I mean, these guys, I said to them, they're metaphorically and literally the best right now. I mean, they're the number 1 team in the country, but, you're seeing we finally have flipped over from our guys now care more about what we do as a team than what they do as an individual. And that flipped about 3 weeks ago. And not to say we had selfish guys before that, but you could see some guys take some at-bats into the dugout after a bad at-bat. Now they don't care what happens. They just want the next guy to do well so we do well as a team. And that's where this win streak has come from. And I don't see that going away. I don't know if the win streak's going to go away anytime soon. It's baseball. We are bound to lose again. But the way these guys are coming together, that is not going to go away.
We brought it up in Coaches Weekly. You still haven't given me an answer. We need a number for this to get you going under rally and the snake in the dugout.
Someone just asked me as I was coming up for the interview. They go, well, we're at 21. What's it going to take? So I'll put out the number right now. We're going to play – if we get the next 4 – If we win the next 4 and we get to 25, I will limbo under the snake in front of everyone. So 25 is the number.
Well, we're going to hold you to that one, Coach. Congratulations. 2 more wins for Cougar baseball today. They improved to 21-1 overall. They take Game 1 13-1 and take Game 2 14-4 to sweep CU Dub. Thank you for tuning in all afternoon long. For everybody at Concordia University Chicago, I'm CJ Sellner. Thank you for watching Cougar Baseball, powered by Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A in Melrose Park. Eat more chicken. We will talk to you again soon. You can always find all your updates about CUC Baseball at cucougars.com. Once again, Cougars sweep the day over the Falcons here in River Forest.